Right, let me look through these comments. So one of them is, first of all, JJ in a hotel. Why? I mean, he literally explains it in the video, right? Like his room flooded and he needed to stay somewhere else.
Yeah, so I've answered this in a stream.
Yeah,
and I know it's been clipped a couple times, but JJ's room has basically been flooded, but not when you think of flooded, it's not like 5 inches of water.
Yeah, it's not like his computer's like flying, like floating in the room under.
Yeah, he doesn't
water.
have to swim to his bed. Like
it just smells, right? Like it's just like it's like affected the room.
It basically created like he has a carpet, and the carpet became so damp that it's not like touching a wet carpet. Like it's literally you like sink into the carpet kind of thing, and it became so damp that it stunk.
Yeah.
So he's in a hotel for a little bit. Because I mentioned last week that we're moving.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has taken this so seriously. Like, Simon's moving in with Talia. Simon and JJ moving out together.
Yeah.
They're moving into a new SIDEMEN house, etc. We're literally just moving into another flat.
Yeah.
Like, same place.
Yeah.
It will look identical. Like, my setup is going to look identical. But everyone's like, we need a new house tour. And I can't even do a new house tour because it will look the same.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be more I'm sure it'll be easier to explain once you do move, which is why, like, I guess you don't really want to kind of like go into it now. But it's
literally going to be the same thing. Like,
like
the only difference you might see is we might tidy up a bit. That's it, because we have to move it.
And for example, like the podcast, like we have a new opportunity to kind of like reset up the podcast because we have to move stuff, but it's still going to be the same room.
Yeah, like we have the identical room we have already, but because we have to move it, we know we may as well leave out a lot of the stuff. Like we don't need that desk to be so long. So we may as well get a smaller desk, which means we can,
I guess while we're remembering about this, let's talk
more.
about it later in the podcast. We did have some comments, right? And we've got some more thoughts about it. So let's remember to talk about that later today. About what we're gonna do, but look at some. Bro, these questions are so bad. Like, I honestly, Instagram or like, me and Simon were trying to figure out topics to talk about today, and I saw that Will and Nee tweeted like desperate need of e-boys topics. So I was like, oh great, like easy nav. Like we'll just look at the replies to that instead of tweeting ourselves. But the replies are so bad because no one ever gives you like. I mean, it's our fault for being lazy and not finding the topics, but no one ever gives you good stuff to talk about. It's just waffle.
You're not looking at the SIDEMEN one.
Yeah, I am, bro. But the questions are just like, bro. One of the questions is, "What are you gonna do?" What is that question? Like, what?
No, like the second slide you did. Have you swiped up on that one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm reading now.
What?
And someone just says, "What are you gonna do?" Like, bro, what does that mean? I'm just asking, like, who's typed that in? My question was, any questions about the Cyber Sunday, guys? Put it down here. And his question is, "What are you gonna do?" What do you mean, bro?
I guess he means because Josh has COVID and obviously the situation now.
Yeah, but still, be more specific, fella.
Yeah, I was very vague, but just to answer that question, you are still allowed to film.
Yeah.
Obviously, Josh has COVID, so he will not be filming. There's been times where obviously Ethan had it, and we just have to work around it. Like, either he'll have to film something at home, or we just have to film without him, etc. But we'll still have videos. We'll still have videos done, and they'll all be like very, very, what's the right word? Safe, but following guidelines. They'll be following guidelines very strict.
The end of the day, like while it is better to have everybody in the videos, all guns blazing, there are 7 of you. So like for example, if Josh has to miss a few or just like in this video, you guys handled it well. He's still in the video. You still get Josh as you always do, but it's just not taking part, or he's like you just doing what you can. It's fine. There's 7 of you. You can always ask for like say like looks. Freezy or myself or any other guests in the future as well, so it's still fine. And the good, again, not the good thing about this, but we're all in this together, right? It's a global pandemic, so like it's understood that you have to make changes and you have to adapt. And I think any fan or anyone who disagrees with that is just unlucky, mate. You have to adapt.
Harry had to isolate in Guernsey for the big fat quiz one we did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he ended up like making video questions. In the video, and it worked really well. So it is. We find ways around it basically. And if Josh has to miss like a couple, so be it. But it's better that he would recover and then he can come back.
Yeah.
The main thing is obviously, we have to not spread COVID.
Yeah, of course. But most questions are about the glob. like, was a Glover salad salad solid? Was it this? Was it that? And another question here is, it's a weird one. Can Con quit the cameraman and become a pro athlete from what we've seen?
Yeah. Oh, so actually, I
He did
saw
well,
this.
didn't he?
Bare comments, right? So I don't. It's gonna sound really mean. I don't want to take anything away from Con,
Okay, here we go.
but you know when we went on the run at the end,
Yeah.
he wasn't running with us.
Wait. Oh, I thought people were referencing the part where he was sprinting with the kite.
Yeah, no. So Con actually ended up doing something like 4,500 calories himself.
Oh, raw.
Like,
That's
no,
sick.
Con banged it, and Con was on it all day.
Yeah.
Like everything, Con was there.
That's sick.
The bike ride, he did get a train, but
Fair enough. Surely he should do a
he
video
was-
where on his channel where he
I think he was recording.
maybe he did like a behind the scenes, like how many calories did I burn type thing.
I'm pretty certain I'll text him now.
Yeah, if you've done 4.5K, like why not at that point, right? Like,
I'm pretty certain he had a GoPro on his chest.
got you. Yeah.
Did you do a BTS for the Sidemen Sunday?
Someone said, "Will Randy do a video like it?" And my response is, "I will do the side where I have to eat calories." But to be fair, I should do this at some point because I mean, my channel for a while, by the way, used to be just like a lot of food videos. Remember, I used to do like trying snacks, or I used to do like eating food in LA.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because like I had to vlog stuff, and it's like I had no real theme to do. So if you're traveling, and the easy thing to do is just food, right?
But yeah, so I saw. So Con did loads, like the bit where we were doing like the park workout and stuff.
Yeah.
He was running with us up and down, etc. And obviously he's holding a camera and everything like that. He did the sprint, etc.
Yeah.
But then we did the 5K run at the end, and I know a lot of the comments were like, "Oh, yo, big up Con," and then there was also ones that were like, "Big up Kirsty for running with them."
Oh, in that 5K part, I got you following now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, they ran with us for the first, couple hundred meters, and
Yeah.
then we had Ethan had a GoPro on his chest, and me and Toby held a GoPro that we kept passing to each other.
Yeah.
So we would turn it, film Ethan, and then film ourselves and stuff. And I was like, I saw loads of comments just like they ran the whole 5K with cameras and stuff like that. And
That
I
would be
was like,
unreal if they could do that. By the way, like if
I
they
mean, yeah,
did that,
that's what I
then,
mean. I was like,
mental.
have you thought about the logistics behind that? Like,
Yeah.
Con holds this huge camera running 5K with that and having to film.
I mean, bro, you
No
know how
chance.
hard like camera work is so hard. Like I used to travel with JJ and just like hold the camera. Like, I never did like proper film work, but to actually film something properly. I mean, I've seen the type of gear like Con has to like clot around every day. It's mental.
Yeah.
You had to buy a whole new car just to fit in. Like, it's just, I would hate that job. Like, I used to obviously I do like audio engineering. I got a degree in it, but I would always hate the live sound aspect of it because it does require so much like doing stuff in the studio. You're in front of a desk, you're in front of the
I guess
Live
but
sound.
different people prefer different stuff, innit?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I enjoy live sound, I enjoy mixing, but the hard part is setting up and then like setting like what's it's not setting down. It's another word for it. And like just I used to hate it, man. And then putting everything. I just hate doing stuff, man. I'm not really a physical person, as you can tell. But another question is:
Okay.
did Toby actually do more work than Simon at burning calories? Because I know obviously you burnt so much more than he did, and he did everything that you did. But I think in the video you said that he actually did more than you, or he worked harder than you.
Well-
and still burnt less.
He burnt a lot less in his sleep.
Right.
So, I just did bare work in my sleep.
For you were doing like somersaults in bed.
Well, then we all met at King's Cross.
Right.
And I walked there.
Mm-hmm.
He got a train. So I did a tiny bit extra there.
Yeah.
He had to walk to the station. He was walking up and down the platform and stuff. So maybe it was similar, but I think I did a tiny bit extra there.
Yeah.
Like that, but a tiny bit. Then we did the walk together. We did the bike, the cycle together.
Yeah.
Then when we got to the
5K.
park, he did so much more than me.
All right.
Like he didn't stop for probably like 45 minutes kind of thing.
wow.
Whereas I was kind of like, I'd skip for 2-3 minutes and then have like a 5-minute rest and then do a couple slow jogs. He was literally doing like press ups, jog, press up, jog, press ups, jog, like that for solid.
That's-
Like he did that the whole time.
So it's weird
Then-
that he like struggled to burn calories, right? If he like
Well, no, 'cause
also
if you're-
is quite
if you're
skinny at
bigger-
the same time.
That's what I mean. If you're bigger,
Yeah.
you burn calories a lot easier. And I know I'm skinny and he's pretty skinny, but I'm taller at least.
Yeah.
So I'm still bigger, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay, there's that. Yeah, true. Yeah.
So like even in our sleep, I was, by the time I got to King's Cross, I was at like 1,100 calories or something. He was at like 500.
Yeah.
Or 600 or something like that. 5K run we did. I mean, we ran that the same. I would just say literally the bit in the park, we pretty much were equal, and apart from the park where he did a lot more.
When you say equal, you just mean like in activities,
in terms of the amount,
not the actual
yeah. In terms of the amount of energy that we had exerted.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy. I mean,
the workout was the same.
This video and this challenge, obviously, it's for content first and foremost, but it is dependent on like who's in what team, right, and who burns more calories naturally, and who burns more calories by doing something. Because that like he worked hard, and like 2,000 is significantly less than what you did.
Yeah, it was literally
what he did.
Well, it was like we would look at like the cycle, for example.
Yeah,
and we'd literally looked after that, and it would be like, oh, I've done 350 calories in that or something like that, and he's burnt 200 or something like that. That's just rough numbers, but it was actually ridiculous, like the difference.
Yeah. And another question is that what do you like? It sounds like an obvious answer on surface, but what team do you prefer being on? Because although it's easier in theory to just eat food, right? I know you guys do often struggle eating that many calories. I know when you do your like 100,000 calorie challenge or 70,000 calorie challenge, I know you all struggle in that.
Yeah.
But which team do you prefer? Like realistically, is it just the eating one? Like, because it can be enjoyable to do all the exercise. Right? It's an excuse to do it.
The burning calories one is one you definitely, your body hurts like the next day.
Yeah.
A lot, but you feel good about yourself. Like,
yeah.
I felt, I've actually worked out. I feel active again, kind of thing. And that's one day. The eating one makes you feel like crap. But I also, me personally, this is the issue, right? I personally don't like either of them because I don't like you see how I said about the running one? I don't like that content. I don't like making that content. I'm actually not a fan of making either style content of eating or working out. And I'm not saying it's bad content at all.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of making it because I don't feel like there's much to do there for me.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because like if you start doing stuff that's creative, like they made up this glob.
yeah.
Then that's funny, but that's like a different way of doing it. If it's literally, okay, we're gonna eat, okay, we're gonna run. Those two things, I find that like I struggle to make the content there.
Yeah, and I guess it's a very similar video to like you guys trying to eat as many calories as possible or hitting a target. But I think like, say if like the eating team have to just beat you guys, right? That's the goal. The goal is to beat, is to eat more calories than you guys burn, right? Whereas when you're trying to hit 10k calories each, for example, that's so much more. You have to push yourself more on the eating team to do that, right? And that's where it becomes like difficult, as in like that's where it becomes like horrible because you're at a point where you're just forcing food down. Whereas even though you're trying to eat as much food as possible on this last challenge, you're still not, you don't have that desire to like go above and beyond because you think at least I hope I just ate more than they burn, Whereas like you're not trying to hit a set number.
I guess I don't really mind either team. It is literally just like the others you're with. It kind of all just depends on the mood that the others are in. Basically.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you had a good group, right? Like you Ethan and Toby, like you handled that really well, and like you all enjoyed it and like just got it done. It was like a nice company.
Yeah, honestly, I enjoyed it. Like I actually enjoyed it. The 5K run at the end was hurting a lot, but like I'm so happy. So Ethan obviously ran off.
Yeah.
In that 5K run, but it's because he told us after it's because he really needed poo. So he was just like, I'm getting this done ASAP so I can then poo. Whereas Toby stayed with me, and I think Toby could have definitely done it quicker, but he was staying with me for like my pace.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice running together, right?
Yeah, because of that, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
like if we were all just like, okay, yeah, we'll just do 5K, just burn your energy, like burn the calories and just run it, whatever pace. And then I did that on my own, I would have been so bored and hated it. But yeah, I mean the day was alright.
When Laura used to run, she used to be like, "Oh, I'll just run with you and at your pace." I'm like, "Yeah, but then I'm holding you back." If it's not for content, then it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. And then the eating one is obviously you just eat. The only issue for me with the eating one is it's way harder to think of things to do right now.
Yes,
like both sides of it was hard to think of stuff to do. The glob was a good idea of them, and like when we did this last time, we literally went to like 2 or 3 restaurants, and that was it.
That was sick. Can't really do it now, right now, at least.
No, but I'm saying like it didn't feel like we did anything. We literally just walked around and got food because nothing was really open.
Yeah. Yes.
Like yeah, there's a couple restaurants, and that was it.
Yeah, whereas I guess like you're right. Otherwise, it would have been them just hi guys, now I'm eating cereal. Hey guys, now I'm eating pizza. Hey guys. But again, the good thing about having like so many of you is you always get another perspective. So even though it can sometimes feel like that's what you're doing, you've got 7 different people doing it. So it just
yeah. If you're trying to make a 20 minute video, you actually only have to make 3 minutes.
Yeah,
like, entertaining of yourself.
Which is what I thought. When we did the Among Us in real life, I was actually like not surprised because I didn't really have an idea of what it would be, but I was kind of shocked that it was so short. Like the rounds were really short, and we only filmed for like a short amount of time. But compared to what the video ended up being, because you can't have all 7 perspectives at the same time, or 10 in that case.
Yeah, each round is actually only like 15 minutes max.
Yeah,
like
max. Which is why
the
also
video ends up being 40, and you're like,
yeah. I imagine Sidemen ideas are difficult to do because it's so out there and you have to set so many things up. But I think the filming part is always much easier because you can not rely on each other, but you do know that it's going to be a conglomerate of all your camera angles. Whereas like if you film that video on your own, the working out versus food one, it would take a lot more, right? Because you have to like rely on yourself to do so much more.
Yeah, that's why I know all the other guys really hated the learning skills in 24 hours and the TikTok challenge we did. Because they both did decent, but it is literally because obviously I live with JJ, so me and him filmed all our stuff together, and even he hated that. I think he just hates spending time with me, but the others all hated it because it is just a case of, okay, I have to just put a camera down and basically film my own video, which isn't something I'd normally do. This isn't the content I would make, but I'm making my own video.
Yeah.
Like Vic has to film himself for a week making TikToks. He's like, if this was with the Sidemen, it would be, we're filming it as the Sidemen, and it wouldn't just be me and a camera for a week.
Yeah, and while it's not like and that doesn't say Vic as an example wanting to do that, or say he has to film like 7 days now, whereas he could film one day with the Sidemen. You guys, my point is that you guys all have like so much stuff going on individually, which is why the Sidemen works anyway. So it's like, even though you want to be able to film a short amount of time with Sidemen, like limit it to 1 day so you can get on with the rest of the things, it works anyway because it gives the viewer more perspective.
Yeah.
That's a long way of saying it, but if you guys had to film every day for the Sidemen, I know you do with the acts, but if you had to film like every day for a Sidemen Sunday as big as that, you'd never get anything done.
No,
definitely. So it's definitely healthy. But I guess these questions, I think they're the ones that I feel are suitable. Most of these are like someone put, I don't know, I just woke up.